On this episode of Slap Some Shit Together, we're making chicken and dumplings. And that is a big dispute with a lot of people, but I'm just going to show you how I make mine. If you don't make yours the way that I do, that is fine. You can keep your comments to yourself. But if you've never made it and you want to learn how, I'm going to show you how to make homemade dumplings. I boiled my chicken. My husband's fixing to debone it for me. And then I'm going to start on the dumplings, okay? Plain and simple. You need some self-rising flour in a bowl. I seasoned my chicken while it was boiling with my holy grail. Tony's, onion, garlic. All right, the way I do it is I put whatever amount of flour I want. I like a lot of dumplings. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? Looks like about enough to me. Okay, after I get my flour, I season my flour with salt and pepper. Nobody wants bland-ass dumplings, okay? Stir it up. Okay, so now it's going to be like a biscuit batter, but you want it to still be a little sticky, okay? Do I measure? I measure with my heart, baby. So see, it's starting to kind of chunk up. That's what you want. And if you got to measure in a cup like this, we friends, hit the follow button. So this is what we got right here. See how it's like a chunky mess? I'm going to lightly flour my surface. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and lay it out on my surface. I have my pot on high right now because it's been sitting while my chicken was cooling. That is chicken broth, homemade, okay? Made it when I boiled my chicken. I'm going to do mine in 3 different portions because I like mine thin. I don't like mine thick. I mean, I'm a thick girl, don't get me wrong, but I like them thin, okay? Let me get this rolled out. All right, I'm going to take a little piece to show you how thick it is. Very, very thin. It doesn't need to be thick at all, okay? So I'm going to move you back a little bit. So this is what it looks like on my counter, and I just go through and I make little strips, as many as I want and as thin as I want. We love dumplings, so we do a lot of dumplings. You do as little or as much as you want. And you just go through. Okay, and then you're going to take it and you're just going to make little squares. I do some big and I do some small because the small ones are good, but the big ones are better. All right, so then you're going to take all the dumplings in your hand, like this, and you want to drop them in the water one by one. And then you want to keep stirring them because right now they're heavy, so they're going to sit at the top of the water and then they're all going to sit on together, okay? When they are done, they don't float, okay? So you go through and you just drop your dumplings in your water. Let me show you again how thin. Let me show you the different sizes, and then I'm going to come back when I'm done. All different sizes. I don't do the same size, okay? So remember, as you are putting your dumplings in, you want to stir because they will stick together. Now they're going to puff up. That's what they're supposed to do. What thickens your dumplings is the flour off of your dumplings, okay? All right, so I'm about putting in the last little bit of dumplings. This is what we're starting to look like. And this is where when they start foaming, they're cooking. So the flour that's left over on them dumplings is what's making your stuff thick for dumplings. And look right here. And I'm just grabbing a handful of them like this. And then I am dropping them in my dumplings. And then you just want to make sure that you keep stirring them because see how they're sitting on top of each other? They will start to burn or stick. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so we're 30 minutes in and see how the dumplings aren't just sitting all on the top and look how thick and good that is. Oh my goodness. So I'm fixing to add in half of my chicken and cook it for probably about another 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so I'm going to put in half of my chicken because the longer you cook your chicken, the quicker it will fall apart and shred. And so all I do is just stir that in there. And so all of your seasoning comes from your chicken broth and mine was homemade. Now you can use canned chicken broth if you want or the jar or the little container. I like homemade. So I boiled my chicken for an hour on the stove with my holy grail. I put a little bit of, oh, I didn't even show y'all. I put some celery salt in it too. And salt and pepper, of course. Or no salt, just pepper. All right, at this point, I'm going to taste the dumpling juice and see what it needs. I'm going to put some Tony's onion and garlic and some pepper in it. All right, I want to show you. They are just about done, but look at that goodness. Oh, the rest of my chicken in there. And